Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time that you're watching this video. Uh, Once again, welcome to Ronnie Explains. And in this video, I'm going to answer this common interview question that is normally asked to programmers whenever they're going to look for a job. And the question is, they normally ask them to write a program that can simply interchange the value stored in two variables. What I mean is, if for example you are having a variable, and I'm just going to use my screen to explain this concept. So whatever I'm writing from now is not codes. I will write codes later. So if you have a variable, say, let us say int a, and then you also have another variable, uh, let us say int b, sorry, int b, then int a, the first variable is initialized to a value of 4, for example. Then the second variable is initialized to a value of 3. So what these people normally want you to do is to write a program that can simply interchange these values of int a and int b, so that whenever you want to print a, it will print for you a value of 3, and whenever you want to print b, it will print for you a value of 4, so that those values are interchanged. Now I want us to take this matter literally. If we are having uh, two cups, let us say cup 1, then we have another cup, cup 2. So if you have these two cups and all of them are filled with water, then you want to interchange their contents. You want the content of cup 1 to be in cup 2, and you want the content of cup 2 to be in cup 1. So what you are simply going to do is that you are going to need a third cup, and that cup will be cup 3. So the content of cup 1 will first be poured to cup 3, then cup 1 will remain empty. Then you will take content of cup 2 and you pour it to cup 1. So cup 1 will now be full and cup 2 will be empty. So because cup 2 is empty, you'll take the content of cup 3 and pour it to cup 2. That way you will have exchanged, or you will have interchanged the contents of cup 1 and cup 2. So that is exactly what we are also going to do in our codes. So very first, let us declare our variables, initialize them to the constants, then do that very quickly. So I'm going to I'm going to declare my first function, I'm going to declare my first variable, and it is going to be int a, and I'm going to initialize it to a value of 3. Then, as usual, we're going to end that with a semicolon. Then I again declare my second variable, which I'm going to initialize to a value of 2. Then I'm going to I'm going to declare a third variable, which I'm going to call temp. And this third variable, I'm going to leave it blank without assigning it any value. So I'm going to say it is int temp. Then I end it like that. So what I've done in that analogy of 3 cups is the same thing that I'm going to do in this case. So what I'm going to do is the first thing, I'm going to work with this temporary variable, and I'm going to say temp. So this temp, which is the third variable, I'm going to assign it the value of the first variable, which is int a. So I'm going to assign it a, like that. So if I assign temp the value of a, then it means that the a variable now remains empty. So because it is empty, I'm also going to assign the a variable the value of the int b, which is 2. So I'm going to say that a will now be assigned the value of b. Then now, after assigning it the value of b, b variable now remains empty, and because it is empty, so I'm going to assign it the value that I stored in the temporary variable. So I'm going to say that b is assigned temp, like that. So if I do this, then already I've interchanged the contents of these two variables. Now I want them to be displayed on the screen so that the user will actually know that these contents have been interchanged. So in this regard, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the printf tool, and I'm going to say printf. Then as usual, we open like that, and we say the value of a, for example, the value of a is, now a was a variable and it was declared as an integer, so the value of a will also be an integer, so I'll use %d, and I will also indicate to the compiler that this %d is the value of a, so I write a, then I end that line with a semicolon, then I also use the same printf tool to actually show the value of b. So I'll also say that the value of b is, then I'll say it's %d because b is also an integer. Then I will indicate to the compiler that that one will be the value of b. Then I end that code segment with a semicolon. Now I want that when these statements are being printed on the screen, then the first one will be printed and this one will be printed below the first one. So it means I will be also printing a line from here. So I'll come here and I put /n, then I come to the second one and I also put /n. Then if you now look at my program, it's a complete program that is now able to run and give us the desired results. So let me try to run it. Now, so if you look at the screen, you realize that it is saying that the value of A is 2, and it's also saying the value of B is 3. So it means that the values have actually been interchanged, because if you look at our initial values, here it is saying the value of A is 2, but if you look at our initial values, A was assigned a value of 3. So that is how you can write a program that can interchange the contents of two variables, and this knowledge is very important, especially in arranging numbers in either ascending or descending order. So in our next program, I'm going to teach you how to write a program that actually can arrange an array of numbers from smallest to the largest or largest to the smallest. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, I would actually urge you to do so that next time when I post more educative contents, you are able to get them and we are also able to learn together. So for now, thank you very much for watching this video. Bye bye.